guys, we got a good one for you. Today is Wednesday, and we got a new Comic Gains drop list. We had some really great success with the last one, and a lot of people really enjoyed it, so we got another one for you. Some really great ones. And we got some spec books that I picked up off eBay, and Zach's got is this a Drunken buy, Slab?
A little bit drunken buy.
A little bit drunken buy. Oh, wait, but the shirt, you can tell. He's wearing that shirt when he bought this book. We got another drunken buy, so stay tuned for an awesome episode. Welcome back, Gainers, to another incredible, exciting episode of Comic Gains!
Yeah!
If you're new to the show, I'm Adam.
I'm Zack, and this is Princess of Her Royal Highness, doing that princess wave, looking very lovely today, like usual, so bow down and respect.
Nice. Coco's somewhere around here. She's hiding up.
She ran.
Alright, guys. So like I said, today is Wednesday, and we're doing another Comic Gains drop list. So we had a lot of good time doing this last week, and a lot of people enjoyed it. And basically, what we've done is kind of scoured the internet for hot lists from a year ago. So we kind of sourced it from a couple different lists, trying to figure out books that are really hot a year ago that are now, most likely good books to buy now that have dropped. Get it? Comic Gains drop list. Have dropped a lot and are worth getting. So we did the research, and we're going to lay those out for. We have 5. We're going to stick to 5 books that we've picked out from a year ago that are hot. A lot of them tend to go along with Disney Plus shows that are out at the time, but some not all the same, certain books. And like I said, we got some spec books that I picked up off eBay, and Zach's got a Drunken buy slab, so this should be pretty cool episode for you guys. So before we get into any of that stuff, Zach has another big announcement for you.
Got a beer here. We got actually a cider. This is a Eagle Mount Homestead Cider Dry. It's 8%, guys.
You ever been mounted by an eagle?
Yeah. Oh, no. You ever had an eagle that hugged you? It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, guys. Jump on that.
That's true.
I'm actually going to use this bottle for making my mead. So, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I bought it. And it's going good, guys. Wow, that came off really smooth. I'm sure someone roofied me now. All right, let's see. That's really good. If it's roofie, I'll drink it.
He's passed out halfway through the video.
Oh, that's strong. That's strong. Has a nice little spice taste to it. A little bit of apple. A lot of alcohol. You can taste it. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, guys. So let's get into the Comic Gains drop list. Like we said, 1 year ago today in 2021 in March, there was a hot list that came out, or multiple hot lists, and these are 5 of the books that were screaming hot at the time 1 year ago and have dropped significantly from now. So some of these books we have, some of them we don't, but we'll kind of give you a rundown of the book, and then Zach will give you some prices and let you know he thinks whether or not we should be picking this up or letting it drop even further.
Yes.
Let it go to the wayside. So first up, we've got Daredevil number 9 from 1999, and this is a Marvel Knights series. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of equivalent to DC Blacklist, so it's like an adult read. Obviously, this is a David Mack cover, and the main reason it's important is its first appearance of Echo and Maya Lopez. And obviously, I think this book was hot during that time, not necessarily because of the Hawkeye show, but this is when they announced the casting for the role.
Yes.
Of Laqua Cox. So she was announced as a casting to be the character in the show. And it's kind of interesting, like she wasn't like really well known, but I think she did a really good job. So it's interesting, this book was so hot during that time, and it's dropped significantly. So it's also well to note that she does have an upcoming solo show that's coming up, so maybe it'll go back up. I don't know. What you got on this one, Zach?
So, the then price, 2021, $999. It was $1,000 a year from now. And guess what it is now, guys? Cut it in half, $450.
Wow. In a CGC 9.8, right?
9.8.
Yeah.
9.8. So the range over the entire year is $410 to $1,350. It sold for $1,350 in a 9.8.
Wow.
Non-newsstand. I bet that hurt if you bought that. I'm so sorry. And the average is 702. My recommendation is this is a buy for either a CGC 9.8 or a raw one.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. She's coming back. It's going to double in price. it's gonna be easy money. Once they show like anything about the trailer and everything for the new, I don't even know. Would it be Daredevil? Would it be?
I don't know.
Her
They
own
just said
show?
she's getting her own solo show. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
As soon as they announce anything, the book's doubling, and just if you want, just sell it at that point. Yeah, buy for both raw and graded.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
And there's that rare newsstand out there too. So
oh my
you
god,
can get your hands on that sucker.
It's sold for $2,000 at 9.8.
So keep an eye out for that newsstand. It's one of the last ones. All right. Next up on the list, we've got Machine Man #7 from 1978. This is a Jack Kirby story and artwork on this book. So pretty, we don't actually own this book, but it is the first appearance of the Power Broker, which in the story is Curtis Jackson. But this book is obviously hot because of the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. And, this was a weird thing because, like, when we were watching the show, Zach's like, I bet Sharon Carter's the Power Broker. I bet she is. Look, she's got to be the Power Broker. I'm like, no, it's too obvious. How could she turn out to be the Power Broker? And then what happened at the end, Zach?
She was a Power Broker.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah. So, obviously, the reason this book was hot at this time a year ago is because of Falcon and Winter Soldier. But what do we got now, Zach? What do you think?
So, interesting thing about this book. On the CGC census, there's only 12 9.8s.
Whoa.
Only 12. So there's not that many sales. There's been 2 sales, one in May for $500 in 2021, and one in April for $1,122.22.
That's a big jump.
But reason why it's a drop list, as of right now, the lowest you can buy it for in a 9.8, there's 2 listed, is $250.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it dropped significantly. Actually, I'm considering buying it. So it's still on there.
There might only be one by the time you see this. Oh, Princess is thinking about buying it.
My recommendation is that I would buy in a 9.6 because you can buy a 9.6 for about $60 to $70.
Wow.
That's like just money in the bank. It's like save $5 a day, $5 a week, and you'll have the money for that and buy it. It's probably going to quadruple in about a year or two.
Yeah, and Sharon Carter's not going away. They didn't finish out her story in the TV show, and Madripoor is kind of going back up, which is the area where all the villains were kind of kicking it. So there's a good chance this whole Power Broker thing's coming right back around in a brand new story. Yeah, and Sharon Carter's started out small and is now kind of becoming a much more major player in the MCU. So look out for that. And obviously she's the Power Broker.
Yes.
Oh, good spec stuff. Okay, next up we got Captain America 312 from 1985. First appearance of the Flag Smasher. This is a Paul Neary cover. And interesting, Flag Smasher's name in the comics is Carl Morgenthau. And then in Falcon and Winter Soldier, they switch it to Carly Morgenthau. I didn't know that. They switched her name a little bit. But obviously another book hot from Falcon and Winter Soldier, played by Erin Kellyman. Just fantastic actress. She's showing up in everything. I just saw she's going to be in the new Willow TV show coming out. Movie or TV show. I think it's a TV show. I can't remember. But she's obviously going to be in that. So Disney's got her slated for everything. But what are your thoughts on this book, Zach?
So, again, not that many sales. On the census, there's only 17 in the 9.8.
Wow.
I'm surprised too.
That's a big book.
Yeah, it is a big book. I mean, kinda.
It was a big book.
In my opinion now, it's a little different than maybe some of you would disagree. My opinion is something that you might not agree with. The sales, from what I could find, not that many, goes from then 112 to 300. Oh no, excuse me. That's a range for a 9.8. So a 9.6, the range, what I could find the information over a period of a year is $178 2021 to $64 2022 for a 9.6.
Whoa.
A 9.8 sales, and they all happened last year. Range is $112 to $360, which was probably the high, probably the biggest part. I would say don't buy this book unless you get a really good deal, because she's dead.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna redo that story again. But I had some FOMO on this book a little bit. I was thinking about buying it in a raw. So I mean, if I could have gotten a 9.6 for $60, I wish I would have got it, because I was thinking about buying it raw for $60.
Man,
Zach talked me out of it though.
Thank God.
Yeah, I dodged that bullet. But yeah, Okay, next up on the list, we have a non-Marvel book here. So this was a year ago, Tokyo Ghost #1 from 2015. We have an Image Comics book. This was basically based on, I think it was like a movie option for movie status. So they haven't really given much besides they attach a director to it. But this is a story with a tech-addicted future where two people were sent to an area, the last area on Earth, country that doesn't use tech, and they're kind of like figuring things out, keeping the peace. I know as soon as this hit the hot list, we were like at a con and we ended up finding like 2 or 3 copies of it. We're like, let's jump on this now. But as you guys know, when they option things or they allow things to be optioned, it doesn't mean it's a guarantee that anything's even going to get made. Because if the story that they come up with turns to junk, it's never going to get made. Or it could happen like 5 years later. It could happen 6 months later, but it could happen 5 years later. So what kind of information you got on Tokyo Ghost?
So this one was very rough to look up. There's 4 different copies. The cover A is kind of mixes in, and the prices are very, very volatile. But I did get a range. It's a then price 2021. This makes sense. $300
For a 9.8?
For a 9.8.
Yeah.
Now price is $200, so it didn't drop that much. The range is $65 to $301. So it's like a big range. Average $190. Very volatile. Buy raw. Do not buy graded because it's going everywhere. If it's going to go hot and you buy the raw, you're probably going to get it for cheap, so it's going to go like crazy.
Yeah.
And if you buy the graded ones, it might not go as crazy.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't, then you're got a $200-$300 book that's worth 100.
Yeah, you could buy it big, and then if nothing comes out of this, you got nothing. You know, some of those Image books that are cool, like don't go anywhere even after the show's over. They go way back down.
Yeah,
you know, because they don't keep remaking. Not like Marvel, where they're just gonna have another story come out like 10 years later. Once Image does a story, they go away.
So sad.
You gotta be careful. Okay,
Deadly Class.
Yeah, it happens. Still remembering that. All right, last book on the list. We got Thor 617 from 2011. And the artist is Pascal Ferry on this book. It is the first appearance of Kid Loki. Obviously, this book was hot because of the Loki TV show on Disney+. Just a cool idea. I know there's a lot of Kid Loki books attached, not just one, but I think this is kind of like the main one that they say is his first appearance because there's a big hair on the bottom of that bottle. That's awesome.
Man.
And but there's a lot of books. There wasn't just one book, but this was kind of the main one. But there's so many things. I don't even know. They're saying there's going to be like Silver Age Loki's going to get his own show. Alligator Loki's going to get his own show. No. Kid Loki's going to get his own show. Like female Loki's. I don't even know.
I could see the female Loki.
But they said Alligator Loki was going to get his own show. Or was it Crocodile? Was it Crocodile? Or I don't know. But anyways, what do you think about this book, Zack?
So my opinion is right now the information says. In 2021, it sold for $415. That's a lot of money.
Wow.
Now, $152. The range is $93 to $600.
That's a huge range.
Huge range. Mm-hmm. Average $323.35. I would say run from this book. Do not buy. If you already bought it, you might get lucky. Or if you're gonna buy it really cheap. I would say close to the $93 range because it might be a long time before you see a return.
Yeah, I just don't know how they're going to use him again. You know, if they switch it to like a cartoon or something. I don't know. I feel like it was over with Kid Loki, but you never know. I don't know. It's crazy. There's so many like Lokis out there.
Yep.
Yeah, but
and they're kind of low key.
Get it? Nice. So yeah, that's the Comic Games drop list for this week. Hopefully you guys learned some books. You might want to pick up some books you might want to let drop a little bit further, but everyone's got their own opinion. If you guys have a different opinion on these books, let us know. And we're gonna keep this list rolling. There's plenty of books every week that keep dropping, so we got plenty of stuff to go off of, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's get to the next thing. So I did recently pick up some spec books I was looking at. So. This is some Venom books, and what did I say about the posting? The guy left the posting different because this is Venom first host, the full run, but he put Venom new host, right?
New host.
Yeah, he posted as Venom new host, and I've been on the lookout for first sleeper. So I was kind of like, you know, sleepers basically in Venom first host was a symbiote that they put on a baby, and then they like let it bond to the baby, and then when it took it off, it became like this cat kind of creature that like hangs out with Dylan Brock, and when it wants to turn into like this big symbiote and fight, it does. And it looks really cool.
That's pretty cool.
So it's kind of weird. It was like kind of big in this first host story, and then now it just hangs out with Dylan. It's even in the current Venom story right now, it's still hanging out with Dylan when he goes on missions. It's just this little cat that he's like petting, and then it just turns into this big symbiote and starts kicking some A. So
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's only a $20 book still. So
and, did you show them the packaging?
Yeah, so they sent it in a bubble mailer, and it was kind of scary because it felt like there was some just books in there, you know. And I wanted all of your guys' opinion because I'm kind of split a little bit on how I feel about the shipping. So they sent me the books. They're in hard cases, and they're not bagged and boarded, which is kind of a bummer. And they put multiple books in the same hard case. So kind of weird. They're not super high grade. I'd say they're kind of like VF, which is kind of exciting because I wanted to read them anyways. I mean, I like getting high grade stuff, but I'm a little more of a reader. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys think it's crazy to put in the hard case in a bubble mailer, and would prefer if they were maybe bagged and boarded in the hard case in the bubble mailer, maybe. But I don't know. And maybe that's a new way to ship. But really, the only two keys in here are Venom First Host #1 and #3 is the first appearance of Sleeper. So, and you can see Sleeper's on the cover there, #4 behind that book. On the backside, that's what Sleeper looks like. Mm-hmm. But if you read the new Venom stuff, he's like a little cat. It's kind of cool. I don't know if he actually talks. I don't think he talks, or if it's a girl. I don't know. It might be a girl, but
that's an iconic cover. That has the feel of an iconic.
That's the first appearance.
Yeah.
So don't be sleeping on this sleeper. Right? Cool book. You know, that'd like go for those cheaper keys. So something to look out for, guys. Keep an eye out for that Venom First Host. All right. Next up, last but not least, we do have a slab for you guys. So this is an interesting one. So Zack was able to. He did this one drunk on his own. Normally, I kind of entice him to buy books, or Princess entices him to buy books while he's drunk. He picked up this one by himself, so...
I've been enticed to buy multiple books I probably shouldn't be buying right now. So, and I've been pretty lucky that I haven't fallen.
This one he could not pass on. He's been trying to cut back on his slab buying, but this one came up, and there's 2 slabs in here.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there was 2?
Yeah, there's 2.
You only told me there was 1.
Surprise!
Surprise!
From what I can remember, one of them was severely underpriced. Like,
I didn't even know you got 2 from this guy.
They're severely underpriced, and I read one of his feedbacks. I'm like, this is going to be a gamble. I won't get into the details, but
you gotta be careful with people's feedback.
Yeah, you're reading the
eBay buys. These are eBay buys.
Maybe one day we'll do like a video about how to buy books on eBay, kind of get what you expect.
You got the free bubble wrap and went wild with it. He bag inside of this. I'm still opening the same.
I can appreciate that.
You can appreciate it?
I can appreciate that. They put a little overdoes it. It's kind
of now I remember. So this is the first one. So I remember Zack bought the first one, and this is a good tip for all of you guys when you're buying on eBay. If you buy something on eBay, make sure to check the seller's other books, because you can get a chance to get another book and they don't charge you for. Sometimes they're not supposed to charge you for shipping on the second book. This is the second book. So he bought the first book, and then he picked up this book to add in with the free shipping.
And it completes my run.
Yep.
Of Naomi.
Yeah, so if you guys... Zack's been collecting Naomi, the original run, all in 9/8, so the only one he didn't have is #6.
Only one. And now I can go after the other printings and variants and conventions.
Got that for $30, right?
It was like... Yeah. It was inexpensive. I was like, wait, why is it...
It's not a major key, but if you're getting the whole run.
Well, I think it has 2 first appearances.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know how the show's doing. I need to watch that. Yeah. Probably not very well.
Well, we watched the first episode.
I thought it was decent.
Yeah.
It was a little bit... Not quite my cup of tea, but like all the characters are very cool.
So this is a really special book. So this is really cool. I don't even know if Princess saw that he picked this up. And look how great it is. Let's see. I'll inspect it for you, Zack.
Yeah, take a look at the corners. Because there was something that one of the people said. Does it look like it's been tampered with?
No. It looks legit.
Okay.
So,
okay, cool.
What do you got here, Zack? This is kind of cool.
We got Amazing Spider-Man 301 in a 9.8 white
You
pages.
double checking me?
White pages, and this is a little bit different because it's a variant. It's a Toy Biz variant. There's only.
What, you showing them the book, or are you looking at it?
There's like only 15 of these on the census, and I believe for both books I paid $150.
Mm-hmm.
Prior sales was $300. The high was $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's none listed on eBay as far as I checked. I'll have to double check, but yeah, this book I got at a severe discount,
Yeah.
and I'm probably gonna sell it. Maybe I'm gonna sell it high.
Any takers for $1,500? No, I'm just kidding.
You know, if anybody really wants it, I'll probably give you like somewhat of a deal.
Thing to remember, a little pro tip on those Toy Biz books. They have high value in a 9.8, but if they're not in a 9.8, they're worth like almost nothing. So you have to be like careful on those. Like you almost kind of want to buy those already slabbed. You got to be, we bought some in the past that were raw, and they look cool. They're cool looking, but they ain't any kind of marks on them. If you get them graded and they come back a 9.6 or a 9.4, they're worth like nothing. They're barely worth the money you put into getting them graded.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah. It's sad day. All right, guys.
Sad.
So we have a really fun video for you guys, and wrap things up as usual, guys. If you like the show, love the show, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, so you always know when new things are going down. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about the drop list for this week. If a couple people let us know some books they thought should have been on the drop list, and that was good to know, like good information. So we're happy to hear all that stuff as well. And Zach, you got anything else you'd like to share?
Yeah, sure. How to do that is, hey, you had some agility powers, you had some, strength powers, and you're running around with your buddies, you're going to school and everything, and some bald guys like mentoring you.
Why is there always some bald guy?
It's like, well, I have to talk about what's relevant to me.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of relevance is baldness, okay? And there comes a point when you're not so not so clean shaven, and your hair turns to gray and then eventually blue, looks a lot better, and that's how you become beast. You're beast mode, guys.
No, he did.
You're in it. He used to have no hair whatsoever, maybe a little bit of arm hair, and like with a little cap on you and regular suit, and then you get really, really hairy, as you do when you get a little older. But he got really hairy. That's how you become a beast.
Nice. I like it. All right, guys. Until we see you next time, stay safe and remember.
Get those hairy gains! Comic
gains.
Just
comic
get those comic gains. Oh,
Bye, guys.
there goes the princess.